Today's going to be a quick episode, but a fun one because I still have to make my Halloween costume for my dance class tonight, which is, guess what I'm being? Guess what I'm going to be for Halloween? I'm going to be Rihanna from the Super Bowl halftime show. I got like a red jumpsuit and like red gloves and red duct tape to make like the bra, and I'm going to do the braids and the ponytail, and I've got a fake mic. It's going to be iconic. I just need to learn the choreography real quick before class tonight. And then I also spent 3 hours making cahoots this morning for my students because it's Halloween week. So we are just doing like fun stuff in class this week. So I made cahoots about like me and other teachers, and they have to like, we're quizzing them on who knows us best. So that should be fun. I'm excited about that. But today's episode of the podcast, first of all, welcome back. If you're here on YouTube, hi. I'm wearing way too much red lipstick, but I thought it was appropriate for this episode because it's about dance competitions. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure to rate the podcast. Give it 5 stars if you think it's appropriate. If you think it deserves 4 stars, give it an extra star. Okay, anyway, so today we're just going to talk about, this is such a fun laid back episode. I just want to chat about my 2023/2024 trend predictions for the dance competition world. Now, usually I'm pretty good at predicting trends within the dance competition world. I would say I'm still young and trendy. Hopefully my students think that too. And dare I say, sometimes I've even started some trends. I don't know. Maybe. I like to think so. So I've just got 10 things that I think are going to be pretty prominent in the dance competition world this year. I'll be attending all of my competitions with my students this year, so I'm going to figure out if I was right or not. But these are just based off of kind of like, I saw TikToks where people were guessing what celebrities were going to wear for Halloween. And I thought I would make just like a dancier version of this. I just want to try and guess what everyone is going to do in the comp season. I have a few ideas myself. So starting off, and this is something that I am participating in as well, is hip hop contempt fusion numbers, which has been trending. Like contempt fusion is like a rising style. Like I feel like I'm living through a style that is being born of like doing contemporary style movement to hip hop music. And I think I've seen it a little bit in the past at competitions, but I haven't seen it like explode or go off. But I think this year is going to be like the birth of that in the dance competition world because it's more been in like professional setting. But I think finally it's going to be in the competition world. And I have like a number that I'm doing that I'm really excited about that has a lot of hip hop contempt fusion, and it's going in the open category. So I think there's going to be a lot more open numbers. Like when you used to do your senior small group and it was a contemporary to Dermot Kennedy, now you're going to do open to Travis Scott or Drake. I don't know. That's my guess, but that's something I'm looking forward to because anytime I see sharp movement to like hip hop music, I get so excited. So I hope that that's a trend that I'm not just doing and that I see more numbers like that. On the East Coast, at least, I think will happen. I feel like on the West Coast, it's already happened like 5 years ago. We're catching up. So number 2 is obvious, very obvious. I just thought I'd put it out there. You are definitely going to see multiple Barbie production numbers this year. There's going to be like 50,000 people lined up backstage in hot pink, and you know it's going to be like a Barbie movie. And the one boy at the studio is going to be the Ryan Gosling Ken, and he's going to have a turn section. He's going to just go off, and the girls are going to do jazz, and they're going to be in hot pink, and it's going to be a Barbie production number. Okay, next. Now, these may seem obvious, but I swear I have some really weird like ones that will either flop or completely be a trend. Next is the color red. Yep, I said it. I think the color of the year for competitions and costumes is going to be red. Why are you asking? Because there was a time when red was so oversaturated and red was such a big thing. So everyone didn't want to wear red on stage. But now no one would wear red on stage. So now we're going to start wearing red on stage again. Does that make sense? Okay, another obvious one. In the junior small group category, we have Welcome to the Stage, Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo. I think there's going to be a bunch of junior and teen groups to Olivia Rodrigo or Taylor Swift songs, new Olivia Rodrigo or Taylor Swift songs. And that's just inevitable. I feel like I don't need to elaborate on that. Okay, next thing. I don't know if this is just a trend at my studio, but I think a lot of people are going to be wearing Free People dresses for their solo costumes, or like lingerie dresses for their solo costumes. Like, I don't think people are going to get it custom made anymore. Like, you're going to be doing a contemporary solo and you got it from Free People in the intimate section, which I'm not mad about. I love that. I actually did that 3 or 4 years ago at competition, and I wore a burgundy lace Free People dress for my solo costume, and I felt like the shit. So I think that that's going to be a trend. Or just like thrifted costumes, which I also did my senior year. But I think thrifted or like more unique, sort of like kind of like earthy boho costumes are going to start trending, at least for solos and duos. Then, honestly, okay, this one I'm kind of mad about, but I noticed it last year, and I think it has a lot to do with TikTok and stuff like that. But I think everyone's going to be doing less facials than normal. Facials. Because when you're filming yourself dancing on a tiny little phone screen for a TikTok, you don't have to express that much. So I feel like we're all slowly mutating into like camera work dancers, which is not bad because there's a lot of camera work in this industry. But on stage, you really can't see a lot of expression from far away. But I do think that that's at least going to be one of the biggest corrections from judges, is going to be like more facials, because everyone's so used to making like TikToks. Okay, another costume trend I'm thinking is definitely going to be one glove or gloves into the costumes. Like, gloves are going to be a big thing this year. Lace gloves that go above the elbow, gloves that are built into the costume. I just think that's going to be a big thing because I saw a little bit of it in the past 2 years, but I feel like everyone's going to start like making it a big trend. And another one, I don't know how I feel about this, but I think the trend of instrumental dances with lots of awkward silence and like weird concert contemporary movement, I definitely think is going to keep trending, which actually I like that. It's refreshing in the competition world. Can get boring, but done tastefully. I feel like it's really cool. But I think we're going to see a continuation of the instrumental dances with noises coming from the dancers. So what I mean is there's going to be, on count 3, everyone in your large group is going to go and exhale, and you'll be able to hear that on stage. Or we're going to start putting in the choreography, pounding on the floor, or claps are going to be in the choreography, stuff like that. Like, I think that people are going to start like you'll have a table prop and we're going to like make noises on the table to the beat of the music. Like, it's tap dance, but with our whole body is what's happening. Or like even saying words in the dance, like speaking or yelling. I hope no one takes it too far and starts screaming on stage, because I've seen dances like that and it's very alarming. But if you're trying to get a message out, I get that. No judgment. Oh, also, I meant to say, guys, like, don't take this personally or with any harm or very seriously. I'm just someone making guesses off of their personal experiences, and this is all simply for fun. Another thing that I'm sad about, number 9, is I think we're going to be seeing a shit ton of really cool lifts in the competition world, and it's going to become oversaturated. Like, I think because I keep seeing so many videos on Instagram Reels and TikToks of like, do these lifts with your students, and they're so easy to learn. I think that maybe not this year, but by next year, everyone's going to be doing like these crazy extravagant lifts, but they're all the same lift. Like, you know, the Jesus lift that's been a thing forever. If you don't know what the Jesus lift is, it's like 2 people have the dancer's arms, and then someone's got their hips and someone's got their feet together, and we just lift them up into air like that. That's been like the lift forever, at least on the East Coast. So I think that we're going to be seeing a lot more variety in lifts this year, and then maybe repetition of that variety next year. Okay, so the last one, I'm not entirely certain about this, but I think turn sections are going to make a comeback. Now, this is very out of pocket and like out of, I don't know, style with everything else. But like, I think what we're going to see here, hear me out, is, you know how you see, like, and now this doesn't go for everyone, but like you see a prep and you know when everyone's about to start turning. Second turns are about to happen. I think that we're going to bring second turns back, or turn sections, but the transitions in and out of them are going to be creative and seamless and unexpected. I don't know about this. I could be wrong. I could be really ahead of the time, but I think it could be cool. So who knows? It's funny because sometimes I've predicted trends as a joke, and then I'll go to competition with my students. And I'm like, oh yeah, didn't I say that? Like, I think I did, like 2 years ago with a soloist, I did like red gloves. And then we saw like a bunch of red glove dances the next year after she did that solo. But it wasn't that like anyone was copying us. It was just like we had that same idea around the same time, probably because of what's going on in the world. But my dancers have our first competition in like the next 3 weeks. And I'm really excited because we're bringing in group dance that I really love. And I have got a lot of soloists, and I've got a really good duo that I just finished. And I'm super excited for everyone. I think it's going to be a great comp season. I want to make an episode on this, but I used to like get FOMO from transitioning from student to dancer. I was like, I missed being on stage so much, but this year I've finally gotten over that. And I really like being backstage and watching my dancers and like seeing them put in all this hard work, and then finally going on stage and like killing it is a whole different feeling than doing it yourself. Like, I feel like a mom. I feel like a mom with my children. But I'm just super excited for comp season this year. It's going to be really cool. And I'm going to try to start like posting my comp routines more on my Instagram and stuff like that. So, by the way, follow my Instagram at Ava May Vibes. Everything is at Ava May Vibes if you want to see dance videos and stuff like that. And like DM me what you think about the podcast, or requests for next videos. But I've got a lot of more serious videos planned out. Like, I'm going to do a video on improv and how to deal with burnout and stuff like that. But I just want to get an episode up this week because I literally have 2 hours to go to the gym and make my Rihanna costume before I have to go into work. So today is not going to be the longest episode in the world, but I still hope you enjoyed it. And maybe let me know what you think your trends or the trends are going to be. I know for sure that I'm right about the Barbie production number, but I don't know if turn sections will actually come back. And I think that I'm pretty correct about the gloves and the Free People costumes. So I don't know. These are just for fun. Like I said, these were just to see what people are doing and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great season. And if you compete in Central Florida or Florida at all, I can't wait to see you around and see your routines numbers. Like, I'm very excited for comp season. I just feel like it connects us with the community more because we're just interacting with so many studios and we get to watch each other and cheer each other on and stuff like that. So I'm very, very, very excited. Side note, if you're a dance teacher, does anyone else get super excited about like what outfits they're going to wear to competition when you're going to watch your students? Like, I bought these boots last week and I designated them my boots for comp season this year because last year I had like these black combat boots and I wore them to every competition. For some reason, like, boots make me just big boots like just make me feel like a choreographer. So I don't know what my point of all this is just that I get really excited to dress up for competition and take pictures with my students. So I'm also looking forward to that. But yeah, thanks for being here and listening to this quick episode today. I want to get to a point where I post 2 a week. So I'll try to do that. But I mostly just record whenever I feel like chatting. And I feel like chatting today because I had a lot of espresso. So yeah, I'll talk to you in my next episode, and thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed and found this somewhat entertaining, not educational. This one wasn't really educational. That's okay. Next time. But yeah, see you later. Bye.